Hey yo, what's up? This is your boy Ozzy. I'll go back at you again on 3 AM Thoughts. You know, this is the special 30th anniversary intro. Oh, you see, ever since I started making the podcast, I got deeper and deeper into drugs, so that's why my voice sounds like this. And today, I'm gonna play you an old podcast that I made about 30 years ago. Hell yeah, it's a good episode. It's all about facts. Hell yeah, remember that season? Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip now, and why don't you enjoy this recast of a podcast? Let's get it on.
Okay, hey everybody, this is your boy Asiago back at you again on 3 AM Thoughts. You know, I got an idea. You know, I'm like, I don't know. I got a good feeling about this playlist. I mean, about this podcast. You know, I got a good feeling. Like 30 years from now, I want to replay this like live to like the radio or something like that. I mean, shoot. I mean, I'm just thinking about it now. Man, my podcast skills are gonna be through the roof. Man, like freaking, my voice is gonna sound like an angel. Like freaking, like that video of the homeless guy with the golden voice. Freaking yeah. Like I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna sound awesome. I'm gonna have a lot of topics. And shoot, man, let me tell you what. This is gonna be good. It's gonna be a good episode. I have a good feeling about this. So good that I'm gonna be replaying it later in the future. But anyways, okay, let's jump right into it. All right, so let me tell you this, man. So let me tell you a quick story before I get into tonight's topic. All right, so kid you not. So freaking the AC over here at the house, like, I mean, downstairs it was working pretty damn fine. Upstairs it was running like crap. It was total crap. Like freaking, like I had to fall asleep. Like, and here's the thing, when I fall asleep, I go to sleep like in my clothes. You know, I see no reason to put on pajamas because that's too much work to just change into sleeping clothes and then change back into normal clothes. Like I literally like made a habit to just sleep in my normal pants and shirt. You know, in my socks too. The only thing I don't sleep in is my shoes because that's kind of hard to sleep in. But anyways, yes, like I sleep in my clothes, man. And so and for the first time in like freaking 7 years. Damn, this heat upstairs, because again, I work overnight, so I had to sleep during the daytime. It was so hellishly hot up here, I was forced to freaking sleep in the nude. Thankfully, this time I actually have a freaking lock on my door, so I got to sleep in the nude. But still, like, oh my god, like, it was just so damn hot up here. So damn hot. You know, and so, like, when I woke up, it was still hot as hell, because it was like 4 in the afternoon. I was like, God, I gotta find something to do, man. Like, I don't, like, as much as I would love to stay in my room, make a podcast, or play some games, or watch some anime, or do whatever, man, like, I can't be down here. I can't be up here. And freaking, I didn't want to be downstairs, bored as hell with the normies. You know, freaking, they're like, oh, well, we're just gonna watch The Chosen for the 12th time. And I'm like, why don't you watch new shows, or other shows, or anything, man? Freaking. So like again, I didn't want to be bored all day. I didn't want to be hot all day either. So I started getting ready for work super early. You know, got my lunch pack, got my knee pads, got my speaker, got everything ready, put it in my bag. And I just called up the group chat and be like, hey, who wants to hang out today? Who's gonna come with me? Like, cause like I'm literally just hot as hell over here, and I just want to get out of the house. Like, I don't care what we do. Freaking. So then my boy Caleb hits me up, and my boy Devontae also hit me up. You know, so we go out. So freaking, I pick up my boy Devontae, and we go all the way to Baytown to go go chill with Caleb. He gives us the tour. He gives us a tour of his neighborhood. You know, everything from the ghetto to the redneck part of it, to the mini water park that he has over there. Which honestly, man, Pirates Bay looks pretty damn fun. But anyways, let me tell you this, man. So we're just having a good time, and it becomes like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, all right, you know, I gotta clock in an hour. So all right, Caleb, I guess I'll see you later. Come on, Devontae, let's take you home. You know, so me and Devontae, we're just talking about random stuff, really mostly about anime. You know, so I take him home, and we're chilling at his parking lot. We're just talking about Dragon Ball, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh shoot, it's freaking like 56, man. Like I really like okay, I'm sorry I had to end this conversation like this, but I gotta get going. So freaking, you know, so I'm putting on my knee pads and stuff like that really quickly. So I'm driving to work. Thankfully, it's like a 5-minute drive. But damn traffic, man. Let me tell you this. Sunday traffic. I mean, you think Sunday traffic's bad during the daytime? That's because it is. But freaking at the nighttime, it's almost as bad because everyone's like, I'm a normie. I work from Monday through Friday, you know. So I'm off on the weekends, and and Sunday is cool, but I gotta work tomorrow, so I gotta find something to do. As a matter of fact, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drive around at night because I have nothing else better to do. My life is boring. Anyway, so then freaking, you know, so I'm trying to drive on the roads. Everyone's driving slow, and I'm like, don't you people need to get ready for bed for your day job? Or don't you people need to be like at home chilling or something like that? Come on now. But then again, I gotta remember, these people are the same people that sleep through church. Yeah, they sleep through the morning, so they don't go to church at all. So they wake up in the afternoon, so they're full of energy right now in the freaking beginning of the night. You know, so I'm like, okay, fine. You know, so I gotta get around these people. You know, so in the safest way possible. You know, I'm just driving to work normally, and then it starts to rain, so I really gotta start driving a bit safer here. And I'm like, alrighty, all right. And on top of that, it's the end of the month, so you already know how the freaking pigs are. Freaking, oh, he's driving one mile over the speed limit. Oh, it's time to give you a ticket. Oh, you're driving, you're passing me up. Oh, that must mean you're speeding. Here's a ticket. You know, so anyway, so I'm driving. So again, it's raining. The roads are getting wet. I'm trying to get to work here, and let me tell you this. Let me ask you something, people. I have this concept, and I'm pretty sure this should not, and I mean, it should not be a foreign concept at all. And hell, maybe everybody knows this concept, but maybe most of y'all hate it. So let me ask you this. What is wrong with staying in the lane that you intend to turn on? Again, like what the hell's wrong with that concept? Like if you need to take a left turn to go to the grocery store, stay in the left lane. If you need to take a right turn to go back to your house, stay in the right lane. If you don't have to make any kind of turn for a long way, then stay in the middle lane, you know? Like, what's wrong with staying in the lane that you intend on turning on? Like, I don't see why a whole lot of you out there driving, like, freaking, oh, I gotta make a left turn, so I'm gonna keep driving in the right lane until the last second, then I have to go back to the left lane. I'm like, seriously, I don't give a damn if you have a preference of what lane you like to drive in. That's stupid as hell, man. You need to stay in the damn lane that you intend on turning on, because you see what this guy did. And another thing here, blinkers. People, use hot damn blinkers. Like, I don't give a damn if you don't like using them. I don't give a damn if you're lazy. If you're lazy, you should not be on the road. If you're forgetful, you should definitely not be on the road. And let me tell you this, man. This dude here, this Mustang super sucker over here, he's driving a red Mustang, so you already know how he's like. Freaking, he likes to speed a lot. You know, he's probably some dumb kid going, yeah, I drive a red Mustang. That means I'm cool. Yeah, I'm retarded as hell too. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep on driving. You know, I'm freaking. And this dude here, he's in the middle lane. I'm in the left lane, you know, because again, I have to turn, and I'm in the left lane. I have to eventually turn to get to my job. Okay, so I'm driving in the left lane here. This dude's driving in the middle. No, he didn't. As an actual fact, no. This dude's in the freaking left. He's in the right lane, and then there's another car who's like in between us in the middle lane, right? So then all of a sudden there's so a little gap between me and the middle car. You know, there's a tiny gap, just big enough for him to fit, opens up, and then this dude, without using his blinkers at all, just all of a sudden, all the way from the right lane, turns into the left lane so he can get into the turning lane. And I'm like, bro, what the hell are you doing? Freaking, like, this dude almost makes us all crash, man. And get this, it is raining outside, so the roads are freaking wet, you know. So I'm over here having to slam my brakes as hard as I could, driving into the, like, even swerving into the other lane just to make sure none of us get hit. And then thankfully thankfully nobody got hurt, nobody got touched or anything like that. But let me tell you this, man. What is wrong with the hot damn concept of staying in the lane you intend to turn on? And what is wrong with using blinkers? Like, seriously, people, you guys are all retarded. Like, and I know I can't be the only decent driver on the road, so you guys need to step up your driving game. It's driving me crazy. Oh, man. Like, it's insane, people. It's insane. Like, come on. I ain't trying to give you a driving course or nothing, but I think some of y'all need to go back to driving school, or some of y'all need to go back to kindergarten, or some of y'all just need to stay off the damn road. But anyways, so let's get into tonight's topic. All right. You know what? Actually, no. Let's transition to the topic. Let's segue into it. So you know what? So I'm over here talking about avoiding crashes, avoiding wrecks and all that kind of stuff. Talking about idiotic drivers. Well, let me tell you what. I know my words aren't gonna touch everybody. No, because somebody's gonna listen to this. And they're gonna be all offended. And they're gonna be like, huh, "You don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna stay in the right lane if I want to. It doesn't matter if I turn into the right. I'll turn into the left. No, I do what I want because I'm smarter than you. 2 + 2 = 5. Okay, I'm gonna stay in the right lane. Oh, I need to make a left turn." And that guy dies, right? So that guy dies, but let me tell you what. What if he became a ghost? Oh yeah, so that's tonight's topic. We talking about ghosts tonight. So anyways, let me tell you this, man. Well, although, yeah, in the past I say I don't believe in ghosts, but that doesn't mean ghosts don't exist, man. Let me tell you what. Okay, so tonight I'm telling you about straight up FAX, facts about ghosts, man. Because there's all kinds of facts about them. Like, for example, ghosts are a lot smarter than you think they are, man. They're a lot smarter than you think they is. Because one thing is, they can disguise their ectoplasm to where, like, ghost detectors can't pick them up. That's why when you go on shows like Mythbusters or Ghost Hunters and all that, you can't find them. Like they're not easy to find because our technology, first of all, it can't detect ectoplasm all that well, and even if it can, well, again, ghosts can just they can just disguise their scent, and again, we can't find them. I mean, come on now. And then another thing is, come on, let's be honest, man. Ghosts are souls. How can we make a machine that can detect souls if the same people making them don't even believe in souls? But anyways, so moving on, man. So let me tell you another facts about ghosts. Actually, this leads me to another job that I had back a couple years ago. Okay, so I was in debt. I paid I didn't make a couple of payments to the British Mafia, and they were like, sugar, if you don't give us £1, you're gonna. I can't really do a British impression all that well, but they were like, "Haha, sucker, if you don't give us our British pounds in the next 24 hours, well, actually, you know what, we'll give you 48 hours. If you don't give us our British pounds in 48 hours, we are going to destroy you and we're gonna take over your country." And so I'm like, oh god, I gotta save America. I gotta save my own rear too. So I gotta make this cash, man. I gotta make this paper. I gotta make this money and send it to them over, man. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? This unloading truck money ain't doing crap, so then I get a second job, a temporary second job at the graveyard. They pay $80 an hour. I just clean it at night, and that's all I'm doing. For $80 a night, I'm staying up all night, which I do on a regular anyways, and I'm just cleaning the headstones, sweeping the leaves off everything, and just hell. And they even said, hey, well, it's in the dead of night, but you can play your music if you want. I mean, hell, no one's gonna hear you. It's a graveyard, and I'm like, oh hell yeah! So I'm over here, and I'm being fearless because, again, I'm getting to play my freaking death metal music while I'm cleaning everything, and my Mexican music, man. It's all good. It's all fun and games, man. But then let me tell you what. At the second job though, I meet up with a couple ghosts, man. So I'm over here. I'm like, bro, I don't believe in ghosts. And then Mr. Ghost Henry, I mean that's why I call him Ghost Henry, was all like, you don't believe in ghosts, huh? Who do you think you're talking to? And I'm like, I don't know, a tree. And I'm like, you think I'm a tree? No, brother, I ain't no tree. No, you're talking to a full-fledged ghost, man. No, would you like some facts about ghosts? And I'm like, really? I would rather not. I just want to listen to my music, fam. Like, let me get back to my job. And he's like, no. You will not be surrounded by ghosts without talking to them. And I'm like, why? Why do I gotta talk to y'all? As a matter of fact, let me ask y'all some questions then. Why do you haunt houses? And man, you know what Ghost Henry was telling me? He was like, well, look here. We haunt houses. We don't actually haunt houses. You see, we're just like homeless people, except we're not exactly alive. Since we're not exactly alive, well, that gives us an advantage and a disadvantage. Disadvantage is that even if we can't get jobs, You know, so we can't buy houses legally. You know, we can't be legit. But also, since we're dead and nobody can really see us, well, that means we can just take over anybody's house and just call it our own. For lots of people, well, they have such nice houses, and us ghosts have such nice quality tastes. You know, we just simply live in their homes with them. Sometimes we live in the basement, sometimes we live in the attic, sometimes we just stay there in the shadows. For some reason, though, a lot of our people love to stay behind the curtains, you know, or stay in the mirrors and totally freak out the residents. But other times too, we'll take over old abandoned homes because nobody's living in them, so nobody can be scared. Other times, you know, we have a big taste of mansions. You know, we love really big mansions, and then we take them over. And most of the mansions we take over are really big, really abandoned, and from the Victorian era. But it's completely okay because they're all really nice. They're all fine. You know, I mean, they're scary to a living person, but for a dead person such as ourselves, you know, it is a ghost paradise. And let me tell you what. They always come with a piano, and that's when I can always learn my piano lessons, you know. And there's and as ghosts, you know, and it gives us plenty of room to play some games. Because here's the thing: when you're a ghost, you know, you're just living on Earth for the rest of your life. Yeah, here's the sad thing: we can't go to work, and we're bored for eternity. So we have to play games with each other. You know, one of our favorite games is tossing the thing at us. You know, we can't get hurt, we can't be killed. As a matter of fact, we're already killed. So what do? Well, we throw things at each other. You know, we simply just get chairs, we get pianos, we get pillows, we get things of the sorts, and then we just throw them at each other. We catch or we throw or we just completely miss. It's a fun little game we love to play. Hell, even Jing Jong Jerry over there, my ghost companion, loves to play music while we do this. Oh, but then a lot of times, you know, we have sore losers and sore winners on each team, and they're like, ooh, oh, ooh. Yes, indeed, brother. We don't haunt houses. We like to take over houses because we're homeless, and if we don't have a place to call our home, well, we'll just be living in the shadows. But here's the thing, though: we don't like being in the sunlight. The sunlight, no. Here's the thing: we don't like being in the sunlight because if we're in the sunlight, well, people can see us, and if people can see us, well, they're gonna want to interview us, and they're gonna put us on the news, and then you know how those liberals are gonna be. They're gonna cause entire riots. They're gonna cause entire. And this dude, like, he goes on for a long while. Basically says that, you know, basically they're like the liberals would create freaking BLM for ghosts, and I'm like, bruh, like, you're going way too much into detail on this. I'm pretty sure the least of people's concerns is gonna be freaking marching for your rights or whatever. Like, oh my god. But anyways, yeah, so this dude, he's just going off on a big tangent, man. Like, this dude is crazy. This dude is crazy, man. I'm like, damn. I'm like, hot damn, brother. But yeah, so again, some facts about ghosts. Yeah, so so he told me some facts about ghosts, and I'm like, okay, so here's the thing. So why are you ghosts, you know? So according to my knowledge, you know, when you die, you don't stay here on the planet. You know, sometimes you go to heaven, sometimes you go to hell. So why aren't you in either? Well, and then then freaking Ghost Henry's he proceeds on saying, well, so you see, some of us, you know, we don't really, some of us don't believe in either of that, so we stay on Earth, you know, as a result. Sometimes, you know, we're so bad for hell that not even Satan himself wants to have us, you know, so he'll kick us out and be like, you're too reckless for hell. I will not have any of this. No, you will stay on Earth for an eternity, you know, and then lots of times, you know, well, so God will try to take us to heaven, but simply we don't want to go because we love Earth too much. Because we think, oh, if I'm a ghost, I can eat Jack in a Box. But it turns out, when you're a ghost, you can't eat anything. And if you try, it just goes right through you, if you know what I'm saying. Ho, 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 ho. Did you just make a joke? And that's why I told him. He was like, oh, well, whatever. You know, we're ghosts and trying to have a sense of humor. You know, the best thing about being a ghost is whenever... the best thing about being a ghost is that it's like living life, except as the way we humans would love to intend on doing it. You know, it's all about fun and games. We don't have to go to work. We don't have to go to school. We don't have to do anything. We just live and we just mess around, man. And let me tell you, it is kind of fun messing around with people, you know, by scaring them. Like I said, we don't actually haunt people. We just love occupying the spaces they occupy. But here's another thing. Sometimes we will purposely scare them. Like there was another time where Bing Bong Larry over there, you know, the ghost of Larry, because he died of diabetes, you know, what he did was he put a big blanket over him, and he looked like a generic ghost, and he was like, oh, and then, so he goes around one Halloween, and he scares a couple of kids, right? And they're like, oh, that ghost costume is so fake, and they take it off him, and they don't see him at all. All they see is nothing, and Bing Bong Larry is like, oh, and all the little kids run away. No, and that's another fun thing about being a ghost, is that well, you can't be blamed for anything, especially crimes, because nobody can say you. You can't blame a crime on someone you cannot see, you know. So you go on, we can commit all the crimes we want. You want to steal from the liquor store? But we can, even though we can't consume any of it. It's fun. They just make them appear as they're floating around, and we can just have a good time with them. You know, we can't ingest alcohol because we're ghosts. Ectoplasm cannot eat anything. But you know what, though? We love throwing them around. We love breaking glass. Breaking glass is like music to our ears. You know, a lot of the times we will record those sounds and we'll use them for our ghost remixes. You know, and this guy, let me tell you, man, like apparently ghosts have like a life of their own. You know, they can commit all these crimes. Again, nobody can tell who they are. As a matter of fact, he goes on saying, "Oh, you see, you know, there's actually no such thing as suicides. As a matter of fact, we ghosts, you know, what happens is that, you know, we find a person who was already about to off themselves, and they're like, oh, well, I'm on the top of the bridge. It's time for me to jump off, and we're like, no, sorry, no, you're not going to kill yourself. No, that's a sin. We're going to murder you because we're already too far from heaven, and we cannot be caught. So murder time." And then we push them off. And then what do the cops do? Well, they don't suspect a thing because we are ghosts and they cannot track us. And that means we cannot get in trouble. We can rob banks. We can make terrorist threats and blame it on someone else. We can travel to other countries, and we can travel across the border without a passport. Best yet, we can go to other countries and bomb them. All for free, all without going to jail. We commit all the perfect crimes. Like, seriously, like, let me tell you, man, ghosts, they live pretty crazy lifestyles. I mean, think about it. You know, they're not obligated to do anything that we living people have to do. So, like, literally, all they get to do is just sit around, you know, with their ghostly friends, just going woo, and they freaking go around and, you know, haunt people. Even though they don't actually, according to Ghost Henry, you know, they don't actually go around haunting people. You know, they go around just taking people's houses because they're homeless. You know, and unlike a homeless person, you know, they can't exactly, you know, steal someone's tent. Because, I mean, what are they going to do with that tent? Actually, as a matter of fact, I even went on to ask him, hey, okay, Ghost Henry, okay, so I get it, you're homeless, that's why you take over people's homes, and they say you're haunting, but here's the thing. Why do you even need a home? Like, everything goes through you anyway, so, like, you can't feel weather, you know, you can't feel rain, you know, so why even need a house? And they're like, well, you see, well, we are still people at heart, you know, we still love the idea of living in a house, even though it's completely unnecessary to us. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of our ghost companions who do prefer to live outside, you know, since they don't need to eat, they don't need to sleep, they don't need to do anything, don't even use the toilet, so they could just live out their lives in the forest, you know, and call them the deadly force, and they can commit all the crimes they want, all the murders, all the rituals, all the everything. As a matter of fact, too, a lot of us love to chill in the graveyard. You wanna know why? It's the only way we can talk to some of our family members. And I'm like, okay, well, I see. Okay, so you don't actually need to be in these places. Some of y'all just want to. All right, I see. And you know, and speaking of ghosts, you know, it reminds me of another. It reminds me of this. What you call it? This other ghost. I don't know why I had a brain fart there. This other ghost that I used to know of. His name was Pepito. Yes, his name was Pepito. You know, here's the thing. So I'm back in my other podcast, like long ago. I mentioned I had an Uncle Carlos, you know, and my Uncle Carlos, man, he was crazy. I mean, he was real crazy, man. You know, and one of the craziest things he had was that he actually had a dog skull on his front gate. You know, and I'm like, hey Carlos, why do you have a a dog skull on your gate. And he was like, well, see, those bastards. Look what they did to my Pepito. Oh, look what they did to my Pepito, those bastards. He was my only friend in the world, and look what they did to him. Let me tell you, Pepito was no ordinary dog. You see, Pepito, he was the most loyalist pet you could ever find. Actually, he was more than a pet. He was a friend. Because normally, you would feed your dog. Pepito, he would feed you. Like because he was a cute little doggy. Freaking Pete. If he walked up to a taco stand, well, first of all, he doesn't even need to order food. The taqueria people, they'll just give him food. I mean, first of all, he can't order because he's a dog. But second of all, freaking like he's just so cute. Why wouldn't you give him a doggy bag to take home? So he takes the doggy bag home and he fed Carlos. And then sometimes, freaking if he was in the mood for drinking, he would send Pepito out to the liquor store. He would get him a beer. It would get him a freaking thing of liquor. Like, this dog was as loyal as hell, man. He was like the best friend in the world that you could ever have. I can't, like, you need someone to take a bullet for you? Well, Pepito will take a bullet for you because apparently he had metal solid freaking skin. Like, I mean, his fur was fur, but his skin wasn't just normal skin. It was like it was almost as if he had robotic skin, man. Like, you could shoot this dog with a shotgun and not really only take off his fur, but not like actually take off his skin or break his skin. Like, seriously, this dog was just legendary, man. Like, again, like, this is one of the best friends you could ever have in this damn planet, man. They went on so many adventures. They went to so many freaking like conventions around the city. They went to so many different protests. They went and met so many people. As a matter of fact, I mean, the city government of Houston will deny this. They'll deny this up and down all day. But let me tell you what, Pepito he single-handedly stopped, prevented so many crimes from happening in the city. But and he even got a picture and an award, a key to the city, a mini key to the city on a little dog collar, presented to Pepito, by Anise Parker, former mayor. But the thing is that, like, the government they're speciesist, okay? They're not racist, they're speciesist. They don't mind if a black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever man or woman, does any of this stuff, they'll give them a key to the city. But if a dog does it, or anything that's not a human, even if it's a robot, they will not accept them or the good deeds that they do. Like, seriously. They really done Pepito wrong, man. They seriously done him wrong. It's terrible, man. It's just it's not good. They really treated him wrong, and what they did to him, it was such a sad story. Okay, so what happened was, Pepito, he just got awarded the key to the city on a special little collar. He was a good-looking dog. He actually, he and Carlos were they were invited to a gala, right? They were invited to a gala, and the mayor, she was like just taking a toast to them, saying that all toast to Pepito and his owner, Carlos Calapillo. Thank you for all the great work you've done for the city. Thank you for all the film documentaries and keeping the city clean, keeping the city safe, and keeping the city quiet. As long as you don't have to hear gangster rap music everywhere, this city can be safe. Man, like, seriously, like, this dog, he's done so many things for the city. But the thing about cities is that they kind of need crime to operate. Now, I'm not saying I endorsing crime, but the thing is that you got the mafia. Now, you don't just have any kind of mafia. You have the gangster mafia. And no, I'm not just talking about any kind of gangsters either. You have the special Houstonian unit gangsters. Like, seriously, like their mafia is unlike anything we've seen before. You have humans, robots, dogs, gorillas, freaking pigs. They have anything and anybody you can possibly hire. Hell, hell, again, people will deny this if you try to talk to them about it. But seriously, they even have Tupac Shakur, and they even have freaking Elvis Presley, by their side. They even just acquired Michael Jackson. Like seriously, they have all these great people, or Juice WRLD, or freaking Etika from YouTube. Like seriously, they have all these people. Now, anybody that supposedly commits suicide, first of all, they actually didn't, and they weren't. All these people that committed suicide are people that die. No, first of all, complete lies. And second of all, suicides don't exist because, again, freaking Ghost Henry, keeps on interfering with that. He actually murders them. But anyways, freaking. Yeah, like the special Estonian mafia, like they have all kinds of people. They even take dead people. Sometimes they either have to turn them into zombies, or other times they just completely just fake their own deaths, or they save them. They're like, you work for us now. Like seriously, in this special mafia, they hated Pepito because he prevented so many crimes from happening that they weren't making the money that they needed to do in order to freaking keep the city running. Because let me tell you, again, any and all cities will deny this, but they do take in money from criminal organizations within the city in order to function. Anything from drug dealing to sex slave dealing to even just playing your music too loud. Like everything works together to make this super duper Estonian mafia money, so they can continue doing things for the city. Now, I mean, why do you think there's so much construction that we have here? Like, why do you think there's always non-stop construction? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if 50 years from now, there's still going to be construction. Some of them in the same places. That's because they're all being funded by the criminal organizations. And sometimes they're like, we don't want to finish the highway. No, like that could be for another time. We got some other things we want to fund. It's just. And with Pepito, he's just preventing all these crimes. They're like, we gotta put the stop to this. We're coming up short this month. We can't do that. If we want to do the things, if we want to control this city, we're gonna have to get rid of this dog. So they followed Pepito home. So they found out where Carlos and Pepito lived, and so they're like, leave the old man alone. We need to get that dog. That dog is the problem. So they go on. They find Pepito, and Pepito's doing his normal run. He's going out to the taqueria so he can get some free tacos for himself, and for Mr. Carlos. But the thing is that it's like one of the robotic pigs, follows him, and he's looking like just a normal pig, but with robot insides. But you can't tell because it looks like just a normal pig on the outside. He's following him. He's like. So he's, again, just sound like a little normal pig. But then, as soon as he gets close to Pepito, freaking he throws a damn bear trap right in front of him, and Pepito gets caught, right? Man, damn, Pepito, he got so hurt. It was like, it was bad. Like the scene was freaking bad, man. And so then So then the mafia boss comes out of nowhere, and he's this big old fat dude, he's smoking a cigar, he's got a guitar slung behind his back, and he's like, so you're Pepito, you're the one who's been preventing all these crimes from happening in the city. Well, I got something for you. Let me play you a song. So he starts playing his own cover of The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And all of his goons start dancing along, start singing along. It was a very weird scene. But by the end of the song, he was like, all right, how do you like that, Mr. Pepito? And Pepito was like, again, trying to talk, but he can't actually talk because he's a dog. Anyways, so freaking the mafia boss, he takes the guitar and he's like, oh, so you have words against my song? How dare you hate my song? And he starts bashing him over the head with the guitar, and again, because of freaking Pepito's really solid skin, like it doesn't really faze him all that much. So then they're like, I see you're a tough one. So then the freaking gorilla over here, he's like, he's all freaking sticks a banana down his throat, banana peel, sticks a banana peel down his throat, and gets his two fingers and just plucks his eyes out, right? And it's a really bad scene. And then they freaking Mr. Campacho, Mr. Campacho, an immigrant from the Philippines, he gets his bow staff and starts beating the hell out of him. Again, starts beating the hell out of him until Pepito starts crying. And then freaking Yeah, and then Mr. Fujizaki, you know, he comes out, you know, he's got this freaking he's got this Dremel, right? You know, it's a little freaking Dremel, but he's got like a huge freaking circular blade on there, and he starts cutting Pepito's head off, and then and then everybody else, you know, proceeds to burn the body, you know, and scatter the ashes all over the freaking street, you know, and then freaking they get this Native American guy, I forgot his name, or actually I can't really pronounce his name, you know. He gets Pepito's head. He starts skinning him alive, and then they stick the skull onto Carlos's gate. They throw the skin at his window, and Carlos is like, "Oh, Pepito!" And then they steal his key to the city, and then they run away. And that's why ever since then, the crime in Houston has gone worse, because now without Pepito around, like they can just do all the things they want, and nobody can stop them. Because the one person that can was completely just brutally murdered, and that's why Carlos just hates the bastards, man. Like they plotted against Pepito. They done him wrong, and look what they done to him. He's nothing but a skull now on a gate. It's terrible, man. It's really terrible. Alrighty, I'm gonna take a moment and go poo real quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, and now I'm back. Whew, that was a really quick poo break, but let me tell you, man, time, man. Freaking, let me give you some facts about time at a later date, cause like trust me, I'm not. That's for a later podcast. But anyways, so freaking, okay, so I was on the toilet, and first of all, it reminded me, man, I told a lot of facts about toilets and poo and all that. Actually, I don't even think I got the poo, but anyways. So I think we talked enough about ghosts. So let's go on to the next topic, which is dreams. Now, oh my god, let me tell you. Actually, this morning, let me tell you this. So, because I'm an overnighter now, so I normally have to sleep during the daytime, and sometimes, you know, because we humans are not nocturnal creatures by nature, it's kind of hard to go to bed during the daytime. So what I do is I've been training my body to actually go to bed at night. I mean, go to bed at the daytime, and it's getting easier. That's one thing, that's for sure. But here's the thing, it's still kind of hard. I'll just put it at that. It's still kind of hard. And so what I've been doing is I've been taking these sleep drinks. Now, I forgot what the brand was called, but the bottle itself is orange. It says NeuroSleep. Let me tell you, that stuff works like a charm. You chug an entire bottle of that stuff, freaking, you're just gonna be knocked out for 8 hours, man. Freaking, it's hard to get off. It's hard to like wake up. You know, you have to really pretty much force yourself to wake up if you're trying to wake up before the 8 hour mark. So, I normally try to get at least like 6 hours of sleep. So, man, it's crazy, man. But another crazy thing about this drink is that it's freaking, it gives you vivid dreams, or at least it does to me. I've tried it with another person, Caleb, and so he says it doesn't give him vivid dreams, but it does help him go back to sleep after he wakes up in the middle of the night to go pee. I mean, come on, don't we all? But anyways, yeah, so like it just makes it so much easier to like go back to sleep or just sleep, period. For me, it gives me vivid dreams. I don't know if it's because of the ingredients inside of it or not. I don't know what for, but I mean, that's just the thing, man. Freaking sleep. You know, when you sleep good, you dream good. When you dream good, all kinds of things can happen. Now, here's the thing. I still haven't been able to try to lucid dream, and it's been a little while since I really truly had a dream that I could truly make a story out of. But so I remember like the first time I took this drink, and let me go a little bit rated R, people, because this dream was really weird. Okay, so like, God, like okay, so how am I gonna put this into words? Okay, so do you know if you're familiar with a game called Doki Doki Literature Club? They're like it has these 4 cute girls in it, and so one of the girls freaking is named Monica. And damn, is she a waifu? But let me tell you, man, and I took the sleep drink one night, freaking yeah, I just took the sleep drink, you know, just so I can go to bed, you know, and I fell asleep, and like I pretty much had a wet dream, man. Like the first wet dream I had in like a long while, you know. So because it was me and her, you know, we were having sex, right? And like it was quite the dream, you know. To be fair with you, it was quite the dream. Like I was like, oh man, this is nice. This is beyond nice. You know, I was over here having a good time, not realizing it was a dream until the fact that I finally finished, and then I looked into I went to the restroom, looked in the mirror, and realized that I was a zebra. Yeah, you can only imagine the things that are going through my head whenever I realized that. I was like, wait, I'm a zebra? And not even an anamorphic freaking zebra either. Just like a straight up normal zebra, like on all fours, freaking just looking in the mirror, and I'm like, what in the Kentucky Fried what? Like it was weird. It was super weird. So then, I've had other weird dreams, but like I can't remember them on the top of my head right now. So last night last night, here's the weird thing. I didn't drink the sleep drink last night, so this was just a purely normal dream. Now let me take a drink real quick. Man, I do love me some water. But anyways, that was last podcast. Anyways, let me go on here. So tonight, last night or last afternoon. I don't know what you would call it, but anyways, last time I was asleep. Freaking God, like I had this really weird dream. It went on for a long while, I know that, but like really at the moment I could truly remember like the end part of it. Okay, so it was kind of weird, you know, and I didn't take a sleep drink. I was just super tired, and I went to bed and I slept for 10 hours, and man, let me tell you what, sleeping for 10 hours, ooh, it leaves you so rested. Man, all the aches and sores and pains that I had were cleared, and I feel all rested and I feel happy. But freaking, I didn't feel that way at first because of this weird dream I had. So freaking, what was going on was, okay, so like me, my family, we're going on like this road trip across America, right? And during a road trip, we came to stop at this like weird gas station looking place. Like, I mean, it was definitely a gas station for sure. But then like you go walk inside, it looked like a convenience store. And then this convenience store had like you've been in those convenience stores before, right? Where freaking they have a pizza inside, like Hunt Brothers Pizza or something like that. But except like it was kind of like a whole mini restaurant. Like if you walk into a Stripes, and you know there's the whole taco place. Well, except they weren't selling tacos, they were selling pizza. You know, and everybody was just eating their own pizza there. But then, like, there was this one long empty table, long enough to fit 16 people, and it says reserved for contest eaters. And I was like, ooh, there's a pizza eating contest going on. And so this hillbilly guy eating gummy oranges, like, hey, yeah, come over here. We're about to have our pizza tournament. All right, so the whole tournament is we gotta eat as much pizza as we can, you know. And here's the fun part about it: you don't even have to eat our pizza. You can customize your own here with all the kind of stuff we got here in the store. You want to eat a cookie Oreo pizza? Well, you got it. You want to eat some pepperoni with a little bit of bacon and sausage on it? You got it. You want to eat some with pineapple on it? Yeah, we don't give a damn and we don't judge. Here we go. You want to eat your own custom pizza? You want to try to eat as much of it as you can? Try to win this contest? Well, hurry up. Get on down. Let's get her done. It was like, it was like, okay, my own custom pizza, cool. All right, let's see what we can do. You know, so I started customizing my pizza. My pizza was looking awesome. My pizza was looking good. Like freaking, so I got the crust, right? And I put barbecue sauce, you know, as the base, man. I put a bunch of mozzarella on there, some pineapples, some jalapenos. Man, I put some extra cheese on it too, just for some good measure, man. Like, and I started putting sausage, bacon, Canadian bacon, some pepperoni. Actually, I don't think I put pepperoni, but man, I was just customizing the hell out of this pizza, the same way I would do if I was at freaking modded pizza. But anyways. Okay, so I'm over here making my pizza, looking all fine, looking all good. I got like about 10 slices of it. Now, before you call me fat, first of all, this is a dream. But second of all, like in this in the dream, like though the pizza slices, they're small, like think of a personal sized pizza, like the 4 slices, they're just about that big. I mean, that's still quite a lot, freaking 10 slices, but still, like, at least they weren't full size. But anyways, you know, just thinking about it, yeah. So I got my plate, it was smelling good. I set my butt down on the freaking table, and I was about to eat, but then the hillbilly guy was like, oh, wait a second, we got the rest of us gotta make our pizzas. This gotta be competition, you know. So he started getting his pizza out. You know, so at first I thought he was just making a normal pizza, right? You know, because he got the crust, he put the tomato sauce in it, got some cheese, got some pepperoni, and I thought, okay, yeah, shoot, he's making a good old pizza here. He might even just win too. I mean, seeing that little beer belly of his. But anyways, but then he started putting freaking Lucky Charms on it. Yeah, like the cereal. He started putting Lucky Charms on it. He's like, oh hell yeah, you know I love my pizza sweet. I love myself some sweet pizza. And then I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then I started looking around and like, really, like it was only like my family that made like normal looking pizzas. Like my dad, like my dad made himself a 4-meat pizza. My sister made herself a freaking like cheese only pizza. But like, well, it's not just a cheese only. It was like every single cheese you could find. She put on that single pizza. And then my mom got herself a freaking like pizza. I don't even remember what kind of pizza it was. I remember it was still a normal looking pizza. But then like everybody else, like this one guy didn't even put pizza on his plate. He put like a freaking boot, a dead fish, and like a pack of cigarettes, used cigarettes, on his freaking like plate. It was like, hey, look, I got a pizza. And I was like, what? It was weird. Like, it was like, things start getting weirder. Like this one guy, like the one guy across from me, like he had like green eggs and ham pizza. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. It was green eggs and ham pizza, but let me tell you what, it did not smell like it. It didn't smell like any of those things. And freaking there's this one guy who had gym socks, a water bottle, and a pack of pills for his pizza. And there was this one lady who freaking like had her cat with her. Her cat was spitting like freaking hairballs, and then she covered them in cheese and put it on her pizza. And I'm like, ew. And then there was another lady that was making her pizza. Like she made it half and half. Like one half was like, one half didn't have sauce at all. It was just a bunch of gummy bears. But then the other half had like freaking, it was like marinara sauce. She spiked it with some liquor, and then she put a bunch of like weird, it's pico de gallo. Yeah, because I remember it was a bunch of freaking vegetables. I forgot what that combination was called. Yeah, pico de gallo. And then on the gummy bear side, she also put a bunch of onions on there. I'm like, what? And there's this other guy. Freaking like again, well actually this other guy, I'm not sure if this was a person or not. This dude was he probably had to be a robot, because he kind of reminded me of Bender from Futurama. But anyways, yeah, like, so this one dude freaking he like his pizza, damn, like he had these rats and rats, paper, and like again, like a lot of these pizzas started looking, they didn't even start looking appetizing anymore. Freaking like it was so weird, man. It was disgusting actually. Like freaking but anyways, everybody got their butts down on the table, and we were all about to have a freaking contest. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, they can go along with what they want to eat, but for me, I'm gonna eat my barbecue spicy sweet pizza. Here we go. And then my dad was like, wait, I want to add a rule to this contest. And the hillbilly was like, oh yeah, go ahead. And then he was like, well, I got an idea. Why don't we do this musical chair style? How about we have 30 seconds at each plate. You eat, after 30 seconds, switch over to the next person's plate and you start eating their pizza. And then I looked at him in disgust, and I'm like, ew, why? That's so unsanitary. We're eating each other's food? And no, I for some of these people, I ain't eating their pizza. Hell no. I back out of this contest, but then like I was kind of forced to stay in, and I was like, oh god, this is gonna be horrible. This is gonna be disgusting. I'm gonna throw up. So I'm over here trying to eat my pizza as fast as I can, so I can like butt out of the competition by being full. But unfortunately, I can't hog down 10 slices of pizza in 30 seconds, so freaking we have to move on to the next table. And then I got to the next plate, and freaking I got to the Hillbillies pizza, freaking normal pizza with Lucky Charms. And I was like, oh god, well, at least it's Lucky Charms. Like, I like Lucky Charms. I like pizza. Well, let's go ahead and give this a little taste. So I start eating it, and I'm literally over here on the brink of throwing up. I'm like, oh my god, the flavors do not mix. They do not mix. And then again, this is coming from a guy that likes pineapple on pizza, and I'm saying freaking Lucky Charms and freaking pizza do not mix together. It was disgusting. It was like, again, I was literally on the verge of throwing up. And then I noticed how I was slowly but surely I was only using like one nostril to breathe. I was like, oh god, I don't think I can swallow this. This is bad. This is terrible. And then literally I was about to throw up, and that's whenever I freaking woke up, and I was just like, ugh. And then thankfully no actual barf came out of my mouth. But Jesus, man, Jesus, I was so relieved when I woke up. I was like, oh my god. This is disgusting. Oh my god. I am never ever trying that combination. I can never look at Lucky Charms the same again. I can never freaking look at pizza the same way again. Seriously, I can't believe my mind came up with this. You know what? It reminds me of some facts about dreams. You know? Okay, so we got 10 minutes left. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and talk some quick facts, FAX, about dreams. Okay, some quick facts about dreams. So in that dream, as disgusting as it was, I realized that, well, we use all of our senses when we go to our dreams. So technically, are we getting isekai to another world? I mean, so why else would we use all of our senses? Hearing, sight, taste, touch, all this stuff. We seriously, again, yeah, we use all these senses in dreams. So I'm over here thinking, maybe when we sleep, we actually die, and we go to another world for a little bit while our bodies rest. I know, kind of weird, but hear me out though. But I end up going to another world. Most of the time, I don't remember the worlds I'm in. But then I go to another world, and because I also gotta think about it this way: when you dream, you end up believing that you just always been in that world. I mean, at least that's how it was with me. I'll be in the weirdest situations in dreams. Sometimes I'll still be me, but then I'm living on I don't know. So maybe just find a weird example. I live in a shopping mall. You know, I go to school in the shoe store, and then I'm over here when I eat nothing but s'mores. You know, or some even more maybe another dream. I'm a girl, and my dog's a cat, and we live on a boat off the coast of Africa or something like that, you know. And then within the dream, I'm just nothing's weird here. Or even if I have a talking rabbit as a father or something like that, I'm nothing weird here. I mean, I've always known him this way. Nothing seems off to me by the slightest. You know, everything's normal. You know, and I'm yeah. Then hindsight, I wake up and I'm how did I not realize that there's something weird going on? It's because when you dream, you go into another world and you become part of that other world, full of old memories and stuff like that. Because let me tell you, I've had dreams where freaking literally I'll memorize things from that dream world as if I just had an entire life there, and I'm this is very convincing that when we dream, we go into another world, man. In this whole other world, this whole other life. We've always just lived in it. We just don't remember it because when we wake up or within this world or another world, we don't realize that we've been just living in a different life all this time. You just think, oh, you know, I've just been here. You know, I've always lived here. Because too, I've had many dreams where I would have the same reoccurring memory of a earlier dream that I would reference later. For example, so I keep on I have for every dream I go into, I always have a memory saying that I can't touch that tiger. Last time I touched the tiger, I ended up becoming a rabbit who was obsessed with coffee, and I don't want to go through that again. Oh shoot! Well, I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. Zookeeper. I can't touch that tiger. Oh, sorry, Miss Bartista. I can't look at that picture of a tiger. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, Miss Norma. I can't serve tiger's blood. You know, again, I can't be anywhere near tigers. You know, again, and all those situations I mentioned were happening in 3 different dreams. But then I have that same reoccurring memory, which begs the question. Do we literally aren't dreams just other lives that we live in? Seriously, think about it. What if you died? What if you died in this life and you just end up waking up in one of your dream lives? And I'm oh, well, shoot, here we go again. I mean, think about it. It's facts, man. It's perfect facts. Like seriously, I mean, it's perfect facts about dreams is that when you don't actually go to bed, you die for a little bit while your body just rests. Like you die enough to where your body can still rest, but like, you know, your soul is not there. But your soul gets transported into another world, and that's how you actually wake up. Now you may not remember 100% what happens, but I mean, when you do, it's just like if it was just always like that. But there is one other fact that kind of makes this situation even weirder. Okay, freaking lucid dreaming. Now, well, I think it's maybe part of just part of the soul, man. Yeah, just part of the soul. Like it wakes up inside you and realizes, wait a second. Wait a second. Like the part of your soul that's used to living in this life wakes up while you're awake in your other life, and you're like, damn, wait a second. Like, okay, I know for a fact my dog exists, first of all. Second of all, how have you never heard of computers? Like, how the hell can we fly airplanes everywhere, but I can't use a skateboard to get across the street? Why the hell is he a rabbit? Why the hell can I touch tigers? Why the hell can I freaking do this or that? Why do we need to drink freaking blue water to stay alive? You know, and like, seriously, like, it's... yeah, like, I mean, lucid dreaming, like your mind, like your soul awakens, like, and then all of a sudden you're aware, living in two worlds, but instead really actually living in one. Like, it may sound confusing, but I promise you, this is straight up facts, man. I mean, it's straight up super facts. Like, Jesus, man, like all this stuff going on. And in fact, let me tell you what, some dreams you're not there at all. Hell, like, how would you think, like, maybe you're having a hard time sleeping, right? You know, you're just having a super hard time sleeping, but then you actually eventually finally get to sleep. So what goes on? Well, your dream that night ends up becoming a dream where, like, you're not actually you. You're kind of just watching, you know? Well, you're kind of watching everything play out. Like, there was one dream I had where, like, literally, I wasn't in it at all. Like, not even from a first-person perspective. I was just, like, watching the whole thing as if I was watching a movie. You know, and it was about this, like, the super intelligent fish, right? The super intelligent fish and a super intelligent dog, right? You know, they're secret agents. They're going around, you know, fighting bad guys and stuff like that. They're going around doing their thing, and then all of a sudden they meet up and they team up and they start freaking saving the city. And then by the end of it, I'm watching the awards ceremony and all that. I'm looking at things through all these different angles and stuff, and I'm like, well, damn, this is actually pretty cool. But the thing is that, like, again, like, this, I wasn't in the dream, and I do remember whenever I did dream that dream, I was not having a easy time sleeping. I was having a hard time sleeping. You see, when you have a hard time sleeping, you can't, like, your soul won't let you wake up in the other world, although it will allow you to, like, spectate another world. So it proves my fact, man. It proves my fact that you go into another world. You're either looking at another world or you're feeling another world. And when you end up becoming, quote unquote, lucid, your mind is just aware of the fact that, whoa, this is another world. I could do what I want. And then, sometimes you're able to do what you want, but then other times you're like, oh, well, I can't really do anything here. What do I do? Oh, maybe I can force myself to go back to the old world. And you know, maybe like in that Lucky Charms pizza dream. You know, maybe that's why I freaking, like, I felt like throwing up, but didn't actually throw up. Maybe that's why, because freaking, like, my senses, yeah, they were actually working. I was actually eating a freaking Lucky Charms pizza, and it was super disgusting. But maybe, like, when I forced myself to quote unquote wake up, I actually ended up, like, again, my soul ended up leaving that body, you know. So probably in that little gas station pizza place, I probably just straight up died, but, you know, while throwing up at the same time. But then, like, I'm over here awake in this world, and I'm like, oh god, this is disgusting, because I was even able to taste it, and I was like, oh my god, somebody put me out of my misery. Oh. Like, seriously, I still have like a little taste of it in my mouth, and I'm like, how can this be? Like, I don't even freaking, like, I've never eaten that combination before, and, like, I wasn't eating at all. Unless freaking my soul was, and it retained the feelings I had. Like, all those times where I would dream, you know, and I'd be having a good time, freaking, like, I have these powers, and I'd save the city, you know, and they would give me gold blocks, and I would start putting those gold blocks in my pocket, and then I wake up, I still feel them there, but then all of a sudden I check them, and they're empty, and I'm like, oh my god, they're not there no more. Or all those times where freaking I'll be trying to impress a cute girl in my dream, and then I'll be holding her hand, I'm over here about to kiss her, but then, like, freaking I wake up and I'm like, I'm holding nothing, but I still somehow feel her presence. What's going on here? Like, seriously. Dreams are just portals to another world, and actually, well, not just another world, so many other worlds. Like, seriously, like, you have all these kinds of dreams. Now, it's kind of like what I was talking about earlier about the whole Jack in the Queue dream that keeps on reoccurring. Zane Street, man, Zane Street. Freaking the same street that flooded, the same street that all those zombies came out, the same street where I work at that weird freaking Jack in the Queue. It's kind of like a mix of a restaurant and a retail store. Like, it's weird. It's freaking weird as hell, man. But let me tell you what, dreams, man, I like, it's fact, man. It's FAX, facts. You know, it's they're more than you can imagine, man. They're a bit more than you think. Now, you may deny it, you may look at the internet and it may tell you otherwise, but you know what though? People are still, even scientists are still unsure about dreams. So go ahead, believe what you want, man, but I'm bringing you the straight up facts, man. They may not sound like they make a whole bunch of sense at all, but you know what though? I don't care. Anyways, alrighty, so looks like we're at the tail end of the podcast here. Anyways, so if you made it this far, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to all the stuff that I had to say, whether it may sound crazy or not, whether you want to believe it or not, that's all up to you, man. Well, anyways, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh, real quick, I will actually mention that, yes, you go on to XFLiX. I've been uploading my podcast onto YouTube now. So in case you don't want to use Spotify or you know anybody that can't use Spotify, hell, just look up XFLiX on YouTube. You know, look for the picture of the green guy, you know, with the freaking microphone, and then there you go, 3am Thoughts on YouTube. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. This is your boy Asiago on 3am Thoughts, signing off. Have you a good one. May God rest Pepito's soul.